Alright, ito naman Jules, pag-uusapan natin ngayon, alam naman natin malapit na malapit ng national and local elections. And of course, para bigyan po tayo ng updates patungkol sa mga PCOS machines, makasama po natin this morning. Let us all welcome our very special guest. We have Director James Jimenez, spokesperson ng COMELEC. Good morning, Director. Welcome to Good Morning.
Welcome back.
Alright, sir, to start off, since malapit na ang national and local elections, magiging automated na po ba elections natin this 2016?
Yes. Despite the fact na medyo marami tayong roadblocks na encounter recently, no? Nevertheless, tuloy yung proseso ng pagpo-procure ng ating makina, and we hope that by the end of July, we'll have more than 100,000 machines para magamit natin sa 2016.
Okay, so far, sir, kamusta po yung bidding? Before kasi Smartmatic, di ba? Ngayon po ba sila pa rin po yung same company?
Qualify yung bid ng Smartmatic kamakailan, and they submitted a motion for reconsideration last week, and I think this week we'll expect the results of the motion for reconsideration. But nevertheless, tutuloy pa rin natin yung bidding kasi bali halos 3 bidding ang nagaganap ngayon no? Yung bidding na nagsimula noong 2014, tapos yung 2 bidding na sinisimula natin ngayon, lahat yan papunta sa pag-procure ng 100,000 machines. So may posibilidad pa rin na Smartmatic kung hindi sila ma-disqualify at kung ma-outbid nila lahat. But ang siguro dito is that bukas sa lahat, no? The more the merrier, ika nga.
Alright, sir, we just want to know, what can you say about dun sa mga taong tumitilig sa automated elections, yung mga hindi sang-ayon?
Well, maganda naman na mas maraming opinion. Mas maganda yung mas maraming opinion yung naririnig tungkol dito.
And sabi nga nila, disagreement is what sharpens the idea, di ba? Kung magdi-disagree tayo, gumaganda yung idea, gumaganda yung plano. So we take it in that light. Imbis na, instead of taking it negatively, which I think is counterproductive, to just improve the system even further.
So this automated election started way back in 2010, right, during the presidential elections, and for this time, for next year, presidential elections na naman, so nakakadalawang elections na tayo. So far, sir, mas safe na ba ngayon, masasabi natin na lesser na yung pangamba?
Yung in some aspects mas maganda, in some medyo humirap, no? Paano siya gumanda? Dumali siya para sa teachers. Mas maikli yung service nila.
Oo naman.
Pangalawa, hindi na sila yung nagbibilang, so hindi sila yung tinatakot. Hindi sila yung binabalikan at hinaharas. Yung bilangan mas mabilis, no? So kung mabilis yung bilangan, walang puwang para mandaya. Okay. Bakit humirap? Humirap ng konti kasi dahil alam ng mga politiko na hindi nila kayang guluhin yung proseso, nagbibigay sila ngayon ng mas maraming pera. No? So mas marami ngayon yung vote buying, mas rampant yung vote buying. So that's become a very, a cause of concern for us. Pero on balance, mas maganda kung automated. Kasi again, like I said, hindi mo mabibilang lang sa kosto ng panahon or yung sinasabi nilang na nag-automate tayo just to increase just to speed up the count, no? Because you're also looking at the cost of teachers' lives.
Yes.
And that's very important for us.
That's right. Kasi syempre safety and security rin yung iniisip kung hawak niyo yung balota, baka anong pwedeng gawin, nakawin sa kanila or patayin sila, di ba? So, maganda na naipapasa itong automated elections. Pero, sir, we'd just like to ask na rin, kamusta po yung SK elections?
Yung SK elections talagang sa October na yan, no? Okay. May batas na tungkol dyan, and that hasn't moved at all since the law was passed. So mukhang October talaga siya, kasama next October. Kasabay nung barangay elections, if ever.
Next October meaning next year?
2016, yes.
Okay.
2016. Sir, ano bang significance ng SK elections?
SK elections, mahalaga yan kasi yan yung training ground para sa mga future political leaders natin. Ano? Although, syempre, a lot of the critics turn that around and say training ground for corruption. Medyo hindi naman siguro fair yun. In any situation kung saan wala kang guidance, wala kang mentoring, wala kang oversight, magkakaroon talaga ng pagkakataon for corruption. But I think properly guided, properly mentored youth leaders will become very years in the future.
Will it be the same process na PCOS din gagamitin for that elections?
Hindi kasi because it happens so soon after the national elections, there will be no time to certify the machines. So it will be manual.
Saka baka masyadong mahal yun, sir, no? Na from
Masyadong mahal at saka mas mabilis pa actually kung bibilangan mo because yung SK elections is actually a very small and localized election eh.
Yeah.
It happens nationwide sabay-sabay but each election is localized, no? So wala nung consolidation, which is where you really see the benefit of automation.
All right, so Jules, basing from our interview today, kitang-kita natin na 1,000 PCOS machines ang ilalabas sa darating na eleksyon at talagang tuloy na tuloy ng automated election dito sa ating bansa.
Sir, yung pagdating pa rin po sa SK, no, ang mga boboto kasi dyan as early as 15 years old, di ba? Pero there are reforms na pinag-uusapan ngayon. Are we expecting na by that time may mga napasang reforma na?
Well, I hope.
Yeah.
I mean, we were supposed to see those reforms in 2013 pero na-delay to 2014 and then na-delay ng 2015. Tapos ngayon, 2016 naman. I hope naman by now na magawa na nila yan or at least by then, no? And one of the major reforms that are being talked about there is to increase the scope of the age, no?
Yeah.
For SK chairman, I think what they want to do is specifically for SK chairman, they want to increase the age from to below 17 to I think something like 25.
Okay, hanggang 25 na.
Medyo logical yun. And historically speaking, parang yun na ata yung original concept naman talaga ng SK. So I guess what the trick really is to get it done before 2016.
Alright, so ngayon naman let's talk about registration. Marami pa po ang hindi nakaka-register. So again, Director, ano bang reminder nyo para sa ating mga kababayan na wala pa ring registration?
Ang pinakamagandang paalala dito sa mga kabataan, yung mga medyo may edad na hindi pa rin nagpaparehistro, kailangan po natin maging registered voter para magkaroon ng epekto sa ating political system. Yung sinisigaw-sigaw niya sa TV, yung nagagalit kayo sa Twitter or sa Facebook, lahat po yan walang katuturan kung hindi naman kayo makakaboto. So please, take the time to register. Kung kayo registered voter na, please make sure na kayo may biometrics dahil no bio, no boto po tayo strictly. Kung wala kayong biometrics, hindi po kayo makakaboto.
And then again, there are just 6 easy steps, diba Jules? Ginawa natin at naipakita natin yan dito sa Telebisyon ng Bayan. Napakadali. And of course, yung right natin to vote. Siyempre tama si Director James. Ano naman mga katuturan ng mga nilalabas natin sa ating social media kung tayo mismo hindi natin na-exercise yung karapatan natin.
So sinasabi ko nga sa mga friends ko even in UP na walang karapatan ng sino man na magreklamo sa gobyerno kung hindi ka rin naman registered voter kasi yun yung pinaka-concrete mechanism na mag-participate ka sa government. Pero kung hindi ka rin naman nagpa-participate, it's pure nonsense yun.
That's right, Jules. At syempre, wag na natin antayin malapit na ang deadline.
October 31.
October 31. Tas dyan lang tayo lahat pipila dadag sa ang tao. Sana as early as now, mag-register na po tayo.
Yes, ma'am.
And again, Director, what are the requirements needed?
For new registrants, all you need to do is bring a it can be any ID, it can be a school ID, company ID, driver's license, and so on. And then you have to go there, you have to fill up the form. Ngayon, meron din tayong tinatawag na iRehistro.com. Yung iRehistro is where you have the form available online so you can fill it up para pagdating mo sa sa registration center, meron ka ng filled up na form.
Sir, paano kung registered ka na then nakapag-biometrics ka na pero nawala yung ID or even yung stub?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, the stub.
It doesn't matter. Kung wala kang, number one, kung wala kang ID, makakaboto ko pa rin. It's the biometrics that matter. Second, kung nawala mo yung acknowledgement receipt, which is what you call the stub, it doesn't matter unless ka ng COMELEC and said na may nagcha-challenge ng registration mo. Kasi normally, kung hindi ka naman tinatawagan ng ganyan, pasok ka na doon sa registration. So, the stub, although it's good for follow-ups, ultimately, if you can establish your identity, papayagan ka naman.
Yun ang natakot ako, di ba, nakwento ko sa'yo, hindi ko mahanap yung stub ko. Siguro kailangan bumalik ako dun sa tayo nag-register. Pwede ako kumuha ng ID dahil sabi mo, within 6 months, makukuha ko ng ID.
Yes. Sir, as we end, no, sir, malapit na rin ang filing ng candidacy. So, kailan po ba natin i-expect to?
October 12 to 16, if I'm not mistaken. Basta October. And be for several days only, I think 5 days.
Wow.
And it will be for everyone, no?
Okay, so
national, local. Also, it will be the period for filing the list of nominees of party list organizations.
And again, Director, siguro kahit before we end, di ba may mga nag-early campaign? Ano ba mga penalty or reminders nyo for them?
Sa online.
And of course, may mga advertisements na, di ba, na lumalabas. Paano po yun?
mahirap yan kasi alam mo, technically speaking, they're not violating anything, no? Because they're not candidates. Literally, anyone has the money to put out an ad with his face on it, pwede niyang gawin yan. I mean, you know, no one can complain. Unfortunately, alam natin na some of them really do plan to run and that they are actually trying to, you know, get in ahead of their competition.
Yes.
And that's terrible, no? EPAL is never a good thing. And ang sa amin lang, sana, kung alam nyo ganyan yung kandidato, huwag nyo na lang iboto.
That's right.
Look, EPAL is an economic activity. The only reason they do that is because merong dividends in terms of electoral victory. Ginagawa ko to kahit na nakakainis sa tao kasi alam ko mananalo ako later on.
Yes.
Eh what if hindi siya manalo? Kita mo, bigla mawawala yan. It's also part of the voters' vigilance, no? The idea of voter vigilance, to make sure that you don't reward this kind of unlawful behavior.
We will help COMELEC, especially maraming mga youth groups na
That's right.
nag-ikot. Kami, we have voter education tatakbo-tante. So sana maraming mga groups na maging vigilant at spread yung awareness through voter education.
Again, we'd like to remind our viewers, register, and of course, dapat may biometrics, and of course, syempre, vote wisely. Again, thank you so much for joining us this morning. That was Director James Jimenez, spokesperson ng COMELEC.
Exciting, malapit ng eleksyon, Dayan. Pero syempre, tuloy-tuloy